The Bison will not receive the R-77. Is that a good idea or not? Let's talk about it. Hello guys, once again it's Matt. Thank you all the members and patrons. Make sure to subscribe, and we are flying out the MiG-21 UPG, or more commonly known as the MiG-21 Bison. It was confirmed by Zmin, which is one of the main community managers, that yes, indeed this aircraft will not receive its R-77. And of course, it even got its BR down to 11.7. So is this a good idea or not? Well, the first thing that we need to understand is that no matter what people do, the Fox 3s will bring another level of performance for any aircraft. And even third generation jets like the F4F, like the MiG-21, like any other aircraft that receives these missiles that are not a fourth generation top tier, will actually at the same time be the best of their type and at the same time be the worst in its BR. Why is that? Because compared to other third generations and even to earlier fourth generations, they will be amazing, because these missiles actually bring something that really pair up everybody in the same kind of box in the terms of performance in the air-to-air combat. They really make a difference in the air-to-air combat, okay? But at the same time, obviously, guys, I even saw some people getting confused that I was saying that the F4F ICE is one of the best, third generation jets of the game. And yes, it is one of those, one of the third generation best jets in the game. Why is that? Well, because it's still a third generation. It's still amazing, but it will suffer because it will get a very high BR. And this is where the line is kind of divided right now. We have above 12.0, all of the fourth generations, all of the third generations that fire Fox 3s as well. So this is kind of the dividing point here. And below that, we are seeing the third generations that are really good, getting up to like 12.0 or something like that, or the very early fourth generations, right? And this is what Gaijin wants. But to be honest, this aircraft will suffer or profit the same as an F4F ICE, or maybe a little bit less, right? Because it is an aircraft that will have less missiles and stuff if we would get the R-77. Don't expect a 12.7 F4F, guys, to be amazing. They are adding it because there's nothing that they can add right now that would be, filling that gap for Germany. That's why the F4F ICE is being such a high BR, receiving so good missiles and everything like that. But the MiG-21 doesn't need to be that. That's why, that's the reason why I think Gaijin is doing this. Of course, I might be wrong, but it must be something like this, because even the Sea Harrier, I mean, yeah, okay, alright, it's a higher BR, it still has the AIM-120s and stuff, but it's not like 12.7, it's 12.3 and stuff. The performance is a little bit worse, but it is a lower BR as well, so it's a little bit different, right? And the MiG-21 Bison, it's kind of a choice. It feels like a choice. It feels like Gaijin just doesn't want this aircraft to have the Fox 3s and be a premium aircraft that has Fox 3s. That's, I think, is the main reason, right? It's a choice that they are using because there are other reasons why the other third generation jets are receiving it, like the F4F that I was saying, that it's the only thing that Germany has. The Sea Harrier, because, come on, the Sea Harrier, if it doesn't receive the AIM-120s, it is going to be basically the same as the other one, so it's trying to bring a little bit of a different flavor to the Sea Harrier. And the J8F, it's the other one that, I mean, it's getting a PL-12 to have a different flavor there, to be a little bit different as well, from the original J8B, right, especially. So there's always these type of things, but honestly, I don't think Gaijin wants a premium aircraft with Fox 3 missiles from the get-go. Maybe in the future, maybe we'll see it, and we can even, try to question another thing. Will we see a MiG-21 UPG or MiG-21-93 or MiG-21 Bison or whatever you want to call it in the Soviet Union? My opinion is that we should. Not, of course, the Indian one, because that's the one for the UK, but the prototype. maybe not as a premium vehicle, but as a event vehicle, for example, or squadron vehicle, or something like that. It would be basically the same aircraft that we have right now with some minor upgrades not done to it, because the UPG was kind of a custom aircraft, you know, and it was later changed from the original Dash 93. But in general, it would be even less a little bit overall like prepared to fight for fourth generation aircraft, but it would, in the same like regards, be able to carry the R-77 and some other missiles that the Russians had, and it would be, you know, on par with the early fourth generations and be a 12.3 aircraft or something like that. So it's not closed like forever that this thing is not receiving R-77. It's just for now, at least, I think, in my opinion at least, right? And there are even better options, and maybe it's a good option to have the MiG-21 without it, to be an 11.7 or 12.0 or whatever BR that you added for the UK, because the UK actually needed something like this. It's more because of the need and everything else, right? As a premium. Not that they needed a premium, but you know what I mean, right? In filling gaps, it's what this aircraft is kind of doing for the UK. And the Soviet Union will have better options out there in the future, like, for example, the MiG-23-98. That could be a premium aircraft for them, or an event vehicle or something like that, or even a third generation that it's high enough in BR to be there. I just think that it's kind of annoying to not have the R-77 on this aircraft. This aircraft is known to use the R-77, so it is kind of annoying, don't get me wrong. I gotta say, like, if I was 100% excited about this aircraft, knowing that it's not having the R-77 get me like 50% less excited about this aircraft. I mean, I will still play it, but way less than I would with it if it was using the R-77. And I gotta be honest, I still believe that Gaijin is doing a mistake here. If they actually sold it with the R-77, it would be an aircraft that would still suffer, so it would not be pay to win, because it's still a MiG-21 bis. But the thing is that a lot more people would buy it, for sure. In my opinion, at least, like, it feels like that. A lot of people are asking for the R-77. But again, it's denied, so nothing we can do. But let me know in the comments, what do you think about the MiG-21 Bison? Do you think it should get the R-77 and be a 12.3 plus BR? Or it is fine at 11.7? We can ask that for every single third generation jet in the game, but you know, the MiG-21 is kind of a unique one. So let me know in the comments what you think about it. And yeah, I see you guys on the next one. Make sure to subscribe. And by the way, even 4 R-73s are being considered by these to be added in this aircraft. So maybe even with that, it could be a little bit more fun. But yeah, see ya guys.